He carried himself outside the ring. Super nice guy. Had a great family. His dad loved him to death.
He was genuine, right?
Yeah, he was just a good guy. And always smiling. Whenever we saw each other, we always just hung out and talked. And I treat people not the way they treat me, but how they treat others. And I always saw him treating other people really good. So that's how I look at people and how I judge people. I don't judge them, but I look at them and how they treat other people.
And there was never any cause for you guys to actually fight.
No,
you guys never really.
He was 147, I was 130, 135. Never the same way. Kind of glad I wasn't.
Thanks so much, Jesse.
Here with Jesse James Leha of Leha Batak Promotions. Man, Jesse, as we talked with the last event, man, it was spectacular. You had a great showing, and I always said, man, San Antonio is growing. By all indicators, this looks to be another great card. Talk about this card in particular, and your fighter who's going to be fighting on this card as well.
Yeah, we just have great fans, and I think great fans push the fighters a little harder to fight a little tougher, and not that they need it, but it's always good to have that fan support behind you, pushing you a little harder when you need it, and they love boxing, and you want to do well for them as well. And so I just think the card that we have tomorrow, we have 11 bouts on the card. Every one of those bouts, a lot of 4-rounders. So these 4-rounders they don't have time to mess around. They go in there and get after it, and they're trying to prove themselves to be world champions someday. So it all starts with the 4-rounders.
It's one fighter who has really caught, I would say, the public's eye, not only on the local level but national level. Is Errol Spence.
Yeah.
Again, you're a fighter. You've been in there winning the best of them. What are your thoughts on Errol Spence, and how high do you see as his ceiling is?
I see a lot of great things about Earl. His speed, his boxing ability. He does. And when I see fighters, and I always look at their technique over anything, over speed, over power. I look at their balance. I look at everything, and I think he has so much speed, great technique. Work on the power a little bit, but you don't need the power. Look at Pernell Whitaker. He didn't have all the power in the world, but he had great speed, great technique, great timing. That's all you need. The power is just an added boost, but if you have it or you don't. But I think Errol Spence could be that type of fighter, like a Pernell Whitaker, with great speed and hand-eye coordination, movement, not getting hit too much. He could be a great fighter in a few more years.
And lastly, I want to talk to you about your business model. Your business model looks very similar to Golden Boy, and the reason why I say that, Oscar De La Hoya was a fighter. Yeah. You're a fighter. Richard Schaefer, great businessman, and Mike Battah is a great businessman. Yeah. So when you were starting this company, did you envision saying, hey, did you look at Golden Boy to say, okay, I don't want to be like them, but I want to kind of take bits and pieces of that success and kind of put my own little personal touch and twist to it?
Ironically, no, we did not, because Mike and I started on our own at first, and we just started doing what we're doing now, but just Mike and I, and we talked about we needed to partner up with someone that we thought would be able to take us to the next level with the fighters that they have in their stable, and it was a no-brainer to go with Golden Boy. We flew up to Golden Boy's offices, we had a meeting, and just like that, we were with Golden Boy, partners with Golden Boy, and I think what they like about us is that we work hard, and we don't leave anything behind. We go all out and make sure that we have the fans out there and push as hard as we can, go door to door selling tickets, calling people on their cell phones or at home at 1 in the morning sometimes trying to sell tickets. We don't stop until we get it right. We're going to keep going, and I think Golden Boy sees that work ethic. The same work ethic I had in my fighting, the same work ethic Oscar had in his fighting, we just transfer it into our promotion company now.
Yeah. And as not only as
you have to have a great business mind, and Mike Battah has that, just as Richard Schaefer has that.
Exactly. Jesse, not only are you a promoter now, but you used to be a fighter. How do you balance the two? Because I know you have so much respect for any fighter who can get in that ring and go through what he has to, go through. But at the same time, you're running a business now. How do you balance it emotionally to where you stay even keel and make sure that you don't give one too much attention to the other, and you just keep that perfect balance?
And you're right, but I think the most important part of this is to be fair to every fighter that comes into the weigh-in, to be fair to every fighter that steps into the ring. We don't want to take money out of fighters' hands. We want to make sure that they get the best that they can, the most money that they I've been in this game. I've been screwed out of money. I've been screwed out of certain things with different promoters. And I don't want a fighter to come to Leija Batal or Golden Boy and say, oh, they screwed me out of money. They owe me this. You know, things are going to happen. Sometimes it's the management that didn't give them everything they can. But as a promoter, we're going to try to be as fair as possible, no matter what. Even when a fighter trains so hard for a long time, then makes weight and his opponent didn't show up, I want to be fair to that fighter because he put his butt on the line. He trained every day. He needs to get paid for something. Some guys just don't get paid, but we want to try at least make it fair for them to get something out of it.
Okay, thank you, Jesse.
All right, brother. Thank you, man.
All right, man.
Thank you.
Looking forward to tomorrow, buddy.
Yeah, brother.